Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. This is a pillow form. In other words, you've made a pillow cover. You can put this inside and then close up your opening and you have a wonderful pillow. Now they come in a variety of sizes. The ones you see at Joann's are usually 16-inch, 18-inch, 20-inch. Now there are some that are a little bigger, and sometimes you get lucky and find one that's smaller. Often though, I make a pillow that's not square. It's a rectangle. And this is the only rectangle one that I have ever found, and I don't remember what store I bought it at, but when I saw it, I bought it. But often my rectangle pillows are not going to be the same size as this, or maybe my square is not exactly the size of one of the pillow forms. So I'm going to show you how to make your own pillow form. So here is an example of one of my rectangle pillows. This is something I made a long time ago. And this is a needle point up in here, but it's not just for needlework, it's for all of your pillows. So I made it a slip cover, which I have a lot of slip cover pillows. But because this was going to be sitting in a chair, I knew it would get dirty. And so I wanted to be able to wash it. So that's why it's important that you can take your pillow form out so that you can wash your pillow cover like this and then put it back in when it's dry. So after you've made your pillow cover, go ahead and measure from the seam, the side seam, all the way over the top to the other side seam. And then go the other way. Measure from the seam all the way over the top down to the other seam. Then add a 1/2 inch. That 1/2 inch is your seam allowance. I use 1/4 inch seams most of the time. But if you're going to use a wider seam, then of course you need to add more. But most of my pillows are 1/4 inch on each side, so that's what the 1/2 inch is for. Now here's a little pillow. So you want to cut out 2 pieces of fabric that are your measurements that you just measured your pillow. And you're going to stitch them together. I use very plain fabric so that any print won't show through your pillow cover. And I'll do a 1/4 inch seam, and I make sure that I leave an opening here. So you go ahead, stitch around all 4 sides, leaving this opening. Turn it front side out, and then fold your opening edges in. This is polyfill stuffing. It's made by the Fairfield company. You can get this at Joann's and some Walmart stores. You can probably also get it at Hobby Lobby and other sewing and craft stores. So this is what I use when I want to make my own pillow forms. So this is what it looks like when you pull it out. Now, you don't want to leave it all clumped together like this. When you pull it out of the bag, break it up a little bit so you don't have a lot of lumps. Then open up your opening and insert this inside. You want to push up to here, push up into your corners really well. And in your bag of polyfill stuffing is a stick that you can use to push it into your corners, and then continue filling it down. Then to close it up, you could pull these edges together and use your sewing machine and put the zipper foot on and then stitch close to here. But I usually just do a whip stitch. So you use hand needle and thread, put a knot at the end of it, and just keep going around and around, pulling the edges together. And then of course tie it off at the end. And then you have your own professional slipcover pillow form. Whenever I have some spare time, I like to do some cross stitch, and I've been going more towards really small projects because I can get the project done so much quicker. I don't do as many as the big wide pictures that take thousands of hours to do. So I work out of little books like this. So this is one that's just all different alphabets doing cross stitch. And then I've got this bigger book which I use a lot. But when you're working out of books like this, you need to go out and buy a hoop of some type. This is a small one. And then Aida cloth. And it's not that the Aida cloth is all that expensive. I just buy the inexpensive DMC Aida cloth at my local Walmart. But let me show you something you can do that are small and that you could buy it all in one kit. So this is one that is a kit that includes this little ring, and it's got a little hook up here so when you're done you can hang it up wherever you want. And it's a kitty cat. And it comes with all of the thread, and then it also has the Aida cloth inside, and they explain how to do a cross stitch. Now a cross stitch is going from one little hole up towards the right side to another little hole, and then you come back over and you keep doing it. And then to finish it off, you go back the other way. You come up from the other side of that line and come up and just keep whipping around. It's really, really easy. It's very repetitive. I find it very relaxing. So this is all in one kit. I think I got this one at Joann's. Then here's one. It's the letter M, and it comes with everything also. And I got this at Dollar Tree, and I think it's $1.29 there now. They kind of keep going up in their prices. And so these are nice little starter kits. It's something that you can do to find out if you even like it. And also you can give these as a little gift to small children that are old enough now to where they have decent motor skills and they can understand what they're supposed to do. It's a nice little project. But then there are also things that are a little bigger. This one I got at Walmart, and again, it includes the hoop, even the needle. These all include the needle and the embroidery floss. So once you've done a few of those little kits and you want to break out and work from those books I showed you, by the way, you can buy the large book on Amazon.com. But I've had a lot of viewers tell me they've gone to secondhand bookstores, found it there really cheap. Also, go to the library and you can photocopy the designs you're interested in. So here is a sachet bag. This was from that big book. And then also from that big book, I just did little border strips and made this little pin cushion for your straight pins. Also, you can make bookmarks. So here's one. And you can take your leftover scrap fabric, put it on the back, wrap it around to the front, and stitch it down. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, here is you can do the blanket stitch on your edges. Now, I'm not real good at the blanket stitch because my right hand doesn't close, so I can't hold on to anything for very long, just a few seconds. So I'm sorry this little blanket stitch is so sloppy, but it gives you an idea of what you can do without your sewing machine. And then this is also for those of you who do some embroidery. This is also the blanket stitch here. Now here are a couple of other items that are a little larger. And these two were kits that I bought from Walmart. And I used my sewing skills and put sashing and little squares up in the corner and put this loop up here, and it's made for your laundry room. So you can hang it up in your laundry room, or if you have small children, you can hang it up in their room to remind them to take their clothes, their dirty clothes, to the laundry room. And then here is another one. Now this was fun. I took this wooden plaque, glued this down on the edges, and here is the frame that I made. So this frame was made out of cardboard. On the front side, underneath the fabric, I glued some cotton batting down to make it look a little puffy, and then wrapped the fabric around to the back and glued it on here. And then you could make a bow and put it on if you want to. And it's got this little twine here so you can hang it on the wall. If you know what quilt blocks are and you've made some quilt blocks, I took my quilting skills and built a house shape around this piece right here in the front, Home Sweet Home. This was also bought at Walmart, and I made this decorative pillow out of it. Let me just show you one more thing. I actually have two more things to show you. This is some scrap fabric that I had, and I cut it into a circle, and I stitched on this little heart shape. This was done with cross stitch, so I had a little piece of Aida cloth left over. Put this design on there with a needle going through it, and what it is, it's got a little snap up here, and when you unfold it, you've got all these little slots in here, so you can store your sewing needles and take this with you when you're going to go take a sewing class or you belong to a sewing group. You can even write the number of the type of needle that it is, and when you're done, you just fold it back up. Now it's only got a little bit of straight stitching in it, a snap, and around the edges I used pinking shears to give it that jagged look. And then also, if you have leftover pieces of Aida cloth, you can make these little Christmas ornaments. On this one, I put on it some leftover beads I had from another sewing project. Some of these have rickrack, this has lace, this one also has beads. Made my own little bows, took ribbon and put little loops on it. This has that polyfill stuffing in it. These are really easy to make. Now all of these links are going to be listed below in a cross-stitch playlist. So I will have all of these down there, and just if you don't know how to cross-stitch, just go to the very first one and it will explain how to do the little stitch and some other little basic things. But these you can use your sewing skills to make some really cute, fun little projects. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week, and don't forget to check out those links below your YouTube screen in the description section. So scroll down till you see the word more, click on it, and that description section will expand open and you will see the links appearing. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.